Indraprastha Gas reported an inline set of numbers yet again in the third quarter of financial year 2020. The company's volume growth was in double digit, now at least for the last 15 consecutive quarters. To give us more details on the quarter gone by, joining us now on the show is ES Ranganathan, the Managing Director of Indraprastha Gas. So, sir, to start off with, your volume growth was yet again double digit, around 13% compared to last year in the third quarter. Firstly, what has aided this volume growth? And secondly, how do you see the volume growth to pan out in the fourth quarter of financial year 2020?
Yes, basically the volume growth is driven by CNG growth in CNG. We had put up 60 stations last 1 year, and more conversions are happening. Addition of bus in the DIM sector also has helped in the growth. And we also had good growth in the industrial commercial sector. The industrial sector grew 40% and commercial 16%. So overall, we have maintained the double-digit growth, and going forward this year also we hope to keep up the growth.
Okay, your unit margins, that is EBITDA per SCM, now that also grew compared to last year, close to around 9%. So what would you attribute this growth? Also, few reports mentioned that you did not pass on the benefits of lower gas prices to consumers. So can you please clarify on the same?
No, we actually passed on the difference in the gas cost, but there were some cost increases which we had to factor in. Plus, also we had this quarter the dollar has been subdued in the sense that it didn't, the rupee didn't depreciate as much as we expected. So that's why we have slightly increased EBITDA margin. And we have been telling that, our EBITDA margin will be hovering somewhere between 6.4 to 6.5. That's what we are planning this year.
Okay. Also, sir, what are your capital expenditure plans now for financial year 2021? Also, if you could give us a breakup on how much amount you will be spending on the existing areas and how much of it will be spent on the new areas?
Yeah, we hope to spend a capex of 1100 crores this year, out of which 700 crore will be in the existing areas and roughly 400 crore in the areas which we acquired during the 9th and 10th round. Next year also we will be spending close to 1000 crore in the existing area and 500 crore in the new areas.
So your capital expenditure would be more on the existing area, that is close to 1000 crore rupees. That is what you just mentioned?
Yes, yes.
So, and how are you going to meet this funds?
NCR, Rewari, Karnal.
Okay, and how are you going to meet this higher capital expenditure? Everything will be through internal accruals?
Yes, yes. It will be through internal accruals.
Okay. Also, sir, if you could share the status of various geographical areas that are currently under development, what has been the progress here?
The 10th round areas like Kaithal, Kanpur, Fatehpur and Ajmer, Pali, Rajsamand, basically we are just putting up the steel pipeline infrastructure. So though we don't expect any sales to grow there, but we will be putting the basic infrastructure there. So that we will be spending around 200 crores this year and 475 crores next year.
Okay.
In Muzaffarnagar, we are ready with the pipeline now, and we will be shortly starting more than 10 CNG stations in one go. And we expect the sales to touch 20,000 to 25,000 kgs by next year.
And what is the kind of volume outlook and volume growth that you're expecting from these new areas?
See, new area we are expecting the 9th and 10th round. Next year we will be just starting the sales. But going forward that will be somewhere around 0.5 million per area for in the next 8 years.
Okay. So what is the status of addition of DTC buses? Any updates on the same?
They have added some 300 DIMS bus this year, and we expect that they will add another 200 to 300 DIMS bus before the end of this year.
Okay.
And then next year we are expecting that 1000 buses, the promised ones, to come through.
Okay. And how has been the private car conversion rate?
That is more or less easy. The retrofitting has gone down because all the manufacturers are giving, factory-fitted CNG cars. So they are selling around 1,000 CNG cars a month, and around 3,000 cars are also getting converted through retrofitment.
Okay. Sir, on the Haryana City Gas, any updates that you could give us, any further details on the valuations, when the acquisition will complete, what is the acquisition cost, any details that you can share on the same?
No, there has not been any definitive order from the Supreme Court. We have not been able to get a hearing for the last 3 months, so we hope that in the next 1 or 2 hearings that things will become clearer.
Okay. Lastly, sir, PNGRB is looking to allow third parties to use the gas network of city gas distributors. Your views on the same, and how will it impact the company?
Actually, there are a lot of loose ends as far as the pre-PNGRB entities are concerned. So after the PNGRB has come into existence, the matters are pretty laid down. So I expect that the earlier ones which has come into existence before the PNGRB, there they will have to, do some more homework and get a fair return for the investments that we have all done all across those cities.
Okay. Lastly, sir, one more question that I would like to ask you: how have been the LNG prices currently in the fourth quarter, and are you lowering your prices when it comes to the industrial and commercial consumers, because the LNG prices have been low, I guess?
Yes, the spot LNG prices have been ruling very low, and we expect that this will continue for the whole year also. And we have got more customers in the industrial sector, mainly due to the low price of LNG.
Okay. Well, that would be all, sir. Thank you for speaking to BloombergQuint.
Thank you very much.